Your editing skills has actually penetrated my heart. Okay. Hi guys, my name is Danish and you're watching Ask Me Anything. Now I know you must be wondering, where was I the past 2 weeks? Well, there's a lot for me to share right now, and I thought this would be the best way to put out a lot of information in the shortest span of time without overlaying it in like 20 videos. Okay, so there are a lot of questions that you guys have asked. There's a lot of interesting comments. Some of them were very similar and I'm going to answer them in the video. So for those of you who are in a rush and want to know what this video is about, I'm going to be talking about why I put out a series, why not just random videos, what's the future for Bros Meet the World, what is this channel about, and what's the general direction. Will I be vlogging? Stuff like that. So without further ado, let's dive into them. So before I start answering each and every one of these questions, I need to tell you why there was a delay. I initially started this channel up so that I could put out videos that I really wanted to make. And there was no other platform that I believed was the best place for me to put out these videos. Hence the YouTube channel, and I also run a studio, and it takes a lot of my time. I had existing projects that I needed to conclude and move on to creating stuff that I want to make. I will be picking up projects, so there might be certain delays, but I am on it. I am trying to fix it so I can put out more content for you guys as soon as possible. I'm trying to up the production so we can get more videos in. Here's hoping that works out. So, questions. And FYI, these questions are in no particular order. I just picked them out in random and just listed them down. So I'm going to read out the YouTube comments first. Definite Games asks, when did I start earning my first buck? Thank you for that question, Definite Games. I'm not quite proud of this, but I actually started earning when I was 21 years old. I know this might not be shocking for people who are living in the subcontinent, in Pakistan, in India, in Asia, wherever. I mean, we tend to be sheltered a little more as compared to other regions, so we start off a little late. Looking back, I think I probably should have started 5 or 6 years earlier, but that's that. Your voice is satisfying, says Adnan Khan. I mean, that's not a question, but there you have it. Shoaib Akhtar asks, why bikes and why not cars? Whatever floats your boat. Cars, boats, planes, what else is there? Unicycles, I mean, whatever, man. As long as you're moving, that's it. Yasuba Maqsood asks, what keeps you inspired when you're down? How do you overcome it? Well, thank you for that question, Yasuba. I think that's a really good question. A lot of us creators do tend to get dull down and have a mental block sometimes. I've made a whole video on it, and it's called Karachi Calling, and that's the reason why I made it, so that I could tell you guys how I break free from the regular monotony of life, how I sometimes get bogged down. I know I have 1,000 ideas in my head, and sometimes shit doesn't work. So you need to just head out of the house. For me, movement does it. I mean, I emphasize on movement is because that really just gets your blood flowing and the juices flowing and everything, and I guess that kind of does it for me, and my idea just clicks in as soon as I step out. So that's the reason why. Muhammad Ali asks, does anyone else think he looks like Ferran Akhtar? Well, I'll just, boop. Thank you for the comparison. But Ibrahim Khan asks, which camera is the best for photographers and low price? The lowest price, I would say smartphones are getting pretty good, but you could pick up like $150 DSLR and just start making videos. So cameras are pretty cheap. That's not an excuse in today's day and age, unfortunately. Usman asks, are you mad? Are you insane? Are you going to blow our minds? We'll see. No Raza asks, why did you take this much time to start? I hate to use this term, but I am a bit of a perfectionist. I know there's no such thing as perfect and everybody has flaws. I mean, this took so long because I already started a channel called Bros Meet the World. I also run a studio, like I mentioned, so between those things, it was really hard for me to start something else, and I need to do a good job. That's why I didn't start. So now is a good time. Rishi Patel asks, are you going to upload videos once a week or will it change? Well, the idea is to do it once a week so that I can put out content that is engaging to watch. Will I be vlogging? That's another question that was put out earlier. I might be putting out a couple of vlogs in here or there, but mostly this channel is going to be a weekly channel. There's not going to be daily content. So that's that. Umar Mushtaq asks, are you going to collaborate with Ramesh? For those of you who don't know, Ramesh is the other guy who runs Bros Meet the World, a good friend of mine. And to answer that question, bro, we've been like collaborating for such a long time. I guess we can afford to like, you know, give each other some space, you know, a little bit maybe, you know, just. Which brings me to the main question. What about Bros Meet the World? There were a lot of questions. I'm not gonna put out each and every name. Okay, so this is the straight up answer. We are not shutting down Bros Meet the World. We are pretty much really excited to put out more content on Bros Meet the World. We are tweaking the formula a bit, but you have to stay tuned and watch that space for further updates. So yeah, that's it. Bros Meet the World, still on. Urdu. That has been the most asked question. Why don't I speak in Urdu? Well, the simple and straightforward answer for that is अस्सलाम वालेकुम, उम्मीद है आप लोग खैरियत से होंगे। भाई जानी जिगर, सीन ये है कि हमारे जो ये हज़रत हैं ये कंटेंट बना रहे हैं एक ग्लोबल ऑडियंस के लिए। ग्लोबल ऑडियंस मतलब कि अगर हमारे कोई चीनी भाई बहन या जापानी भाई बहन या कोई अंग्रेज़ बैठे ये कंटेंट हमारा देखे तो उसके खग समझ में नहीं आनी अगर हमारे मीठी सी उर्दू ज़बान में ये कंटेंट बनाया जाए। तो मेरे पास आपके लिए 4 अंग्रेज़ी के अल्फाज हैं। जी, 4 अंग्रेज़ी के अल्फाज ये बात समझाने के लिए कि अगर आपको उर्दू कंटेंट देखना है तो आप क्या कर सकते हैं। वो 4 अल्फाज हैं ब्रोज मीट द वर्ल्ड। वहाँ जाइए, सब्सक्राइब करें, वेट करें, बहुत जल्द बहुत सारा कंटेंट आने वाला है प्योर उर्दू ज़बान में। तो अगर आपको ये कंटेंट पसंद आ रहा है और आप ये सपोर्ट करना चाहते हैं तो सब्सक्राइब करें, लाइक करें और कमेंट करें। और अगर आपको किसी वजह से कंटेंट नहीं देखना तो आपके पास एक और चैनल है। खुश रहिए, अल्लाह हाफ़िज़। Moving on to Instagram, I put up a post stating if you have any questions, do ask. So these are from the Instagram feed. Shahid Iqbal asks, why so sexy? I don't know, Shahid Iqbal. Why? Shayan Siddiqui asked, do you like Turkish food? Yes, I do like Turkish food. Mr. Usman Salim, how do you discover that you're so good in such stuff? I mean, editing and all. I didn't discover it. I mean, I learned it along the way. It took a long time for me to learn this craft, and here I am. So yeah, that's the answer. How's your lighting so on point, Hussein Yusuf? Again, trial and error, making a lot of mistakes, and this is the final result. I mean, obviously this is the basic setup, but in the field you get to try and experiment a lot of stuff. I do a lot of product photography, videography, and that kind of like gives you a little bit of an edge in terms of lighting because you have to be very specific when you do product. And I guess any general kind of photography will get you good lighting. That's where I've picked up all of this. Savera Rehman asks, what's the reason behind starting a new channel? Don't you think YouTube is risky and non-stable? Well, there are 2 parts to that question. The reason why I started this channel was specifically to put out content that I'm really passionate about, the stuff that I want to talk about, and there was no other platform that I could do it in. So I believe this was the best space for me to start, so hence YouTube. Is YouTube risky? Yes, definitely. But anything worth having in life should have some sort of risk attached to it. I believe that's my thinking. I am the type of person that doesn't focus too much on stability. I know there needs to be a certain level of comfort in life, but anything worth achieving should have an element of risk attached to it, and I believe this is totally worth it. Malia on Insta asked, do you have any beef with any YouTuber? Spill some tea. So there's this one guy, I mean, the nerve on that guy. Sheikh Abbas asks, are you a minimalist? Good question. Thank you for spotting. Am I a minimalist? Am I a minimalist? I wouldn't go and label myself as such, but I do believe in minimalism and I do appreciate what it's all about. And I try and keep my life simple as much as I can. And I am an advocate for that. So, you know, keep it simple. Makes life easier. Whew. The shawarma was good. I mean, anyways, where was I? Yes. Your first job. Anas3536 asks, why 3536? I mean, was 3535 taken? Anyways, your first job. Well, Anas, I haven't worked for anybody for a single day in my life, so self-employed since day one. Malia on Insta, she's back. This one's an interesting question. Do you find inspiring to watch other creators work, or do you think it affects your ideas? For the longest time, I had been consuming a lot of content online, more than 10 years, and most of it was from YouTube. I mean, there are many sources if you haven't checked them out. Vimeo is one, YouTube is another, and obviously movie watching, that kind of inspires you on another level. If you haven't seen Endgame, I mean, that's what happens when you just, you know, inside joke. When you are creating content and you want to come up with new ideas, sometimes it's really easy for you to go on the internet, look at somebody's video, and then start making content, trying to replicate them. Do I think it affects my work? When I'm creating content, I tend to just switch off and not look at content too much. It needs to come from within, and that's when you truly come up with ideas that are really different. I mean, if you're constantly looking online and you're looking at your favorite creators and you're looking at content, you look at movies, you're looking at stuff, you'll try and imitate. And there is nothing wrong with trying to emulate, but then straight out copying. I know there's a famous saying by Picasso that says, good artists copy, but great artists steal. I mean, a lot of people have taken that way too much up in their head, and this is something I've been seeing too much. I mean, you can understand where he comes from, but you know, you should take that with a pinch of salt and not just make it everything that you know. So to sum it all up, I guess there needs to be phases in life when you're learning and then you're creating. I believe there are a lot of content creators out there that can do much better work, but the urgency of putting out content today kind of kills the process. So that was one of the reasons why I never started early on. I mean, I didn't even label myself as a director or a DP until I was 5 years into the craft. Some might say that's too long, but I believe that if you want to do something that's really good, and if you want to be a master at your trade, you need to spend a lot of time in it. And I am nowhere near the end of my journey. I've just begun, and this channel is where I believe I'll be able to, you know, flex those, you know, creative stuff that I have. Anyways, Daniel782 asks, from where did you learn cinematography and After Effects? This is something that I've picked up from random sources, YouTube being the predominant source where I picked this up from. I took up a lot of short courses online. There's many sources where you can pick these stuff up. It's not that difficult in today's day and age. The reason why I was able to do it because I've spent so much time making mistakes. I mean, I've spent 5-6 years learning the craft, and this is where I am today, and I'm still a novice at this. And trust me when I say novice, there are many content creators online that are doing a stellar job in terms of visual effects, graphic design, After Effects, whatever it may be. So yeah, I've learned it through various courses online. I've been self-taught through and through, and YouTube has been my primary resource for all of this. Shahram_Beg asks, have you considered YouTube full-time? And we need guys like you. Well, thank you, Shahram, for the comment. Yes, I have put in quite a lot of thought, and I'm actually transitioning into making YouTube my full-time gig. In between my studio, Bros Meet the World, and this thing, there's a lot that I do, and I'm trying to make YouTube my full-time thing, and hopefully this will be possible thanks to you guys. I'm still very hopeful, and this is an early stage in my YouTube career, in my solo YouTube career, but I do feel that yes, somewhere down the road this will become a full-time gig. Haris Farouk asks, studio tour. Yes, that is coming. I'm actually in the middle of renovating my main space where I usually work and sit. This is my space dedicated for this YouTube channel. So yes, there's a tour coming. Stay tuned. what about the series? What is Dan Diaries? What is On the Go? What is Tech Talk? Now, when I started this channel, I wanted it to be focused on certain aspects of my life. I mean, I wanted to keep Dan Diaries stuff that is personal to me and stuff that I want to talk about that will not fit in any other category. That's why Dan Diaries exists. It is what I think, it is who I am, so all of that is there. Tech Talk is very simple. I want to talk about tech. Tech has been something that I'm really been fascinated about all my life, and that's something that I feel is going to be a consistent thing here in this channel. So Tech Talk, anything from product reviews, the effects of technology, I mean, future tech, whatever, you name it, I will try and put it up on this channel in this series. So On the Go. On the Go is about movement. It's about me going places, me trying new things. It's about movement. So anything and everything that involves travel goes on the go. So is that it? Not exactly. There are going to be stuff that I will sprinkle here and there. There are going to be the odd vlogs. There's going to be videos like this that talk about specific stuff. But generally, I'm going to try and stick to those series and try to put out content that you like to see. So this was it. Thank you for tuning in. If you liked this episode, let me know in the comments below. Once again, thank you for your questions. This is why this channel exists. This is for you. This is for me. This is a community thing, and I would like to continue this as much as I can. I hope to catch you in the next one. I hope you like this episode. Thank you for watching. This is Dan out. Peace.